Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a personal reading for someone who wanted a general reading. I'm actually really excited for this reading because I know absolutely nothing about this person. Sometimes people send me like a story and I read it and like kind of help make a spread based off of it. But this person just told me their name, and so I'm really excited. These are like my favorite readings to do. So, let's do this. I'm excited to see what comes through, and I already am getting some really interesting impressions off you and your energies, so thanks for reaching out. And anyone else who's watching this reading, stay tuned. Maybe there's some information that will come through for you as well. And if you would like your own personal reading, check out the description below. I am available for personal readings. I've been doing my best to stay balanced, and yeah, I love doing these. These readings have been keeping me accountable to make sure that every day I'm taking really good care of myself. I'm doing my workout and my yoga, my meditation, and like doing lots of healing practices of my own and doing readings for myself. So I really believe that you can only give when your cup runneth over, when you're full yourself. And doing these has been keeping me accountable to make sure I'm checking in with myself and filling myself up, and I'm meeting my needs and nurturing myself. So if you guys are wondering, that's where all this comes from. Like all my energy and all my joy is from me and from the experience I'm having here. I'm really working a lot on my thoughts lately, trying to stay more positive, but also confronting like aspects of my shadow and just my inner darkness, and just coming to peace and like balance and acceptance. Because I believe, authenticity, it's really more about balancing the dark and the light. So let's do this. I'm going to be sharing with you a lot of things I've been learning on my healing journey and channeling some message through for you as well. So what is your current energy? Okay. I knew there was something coming through about love for this reading. I thought for sure I was going to draw this other card for you. Something about like an undying love. This card, I don't know why, I was like seeing it in my third eye. I haven't seen it in like forever. It never comes out. I swear this card never comes out. But for some reason, I've been thinking about it like for you. And it's like this undying love card. And what I think is really interesting is that the energy that's happening around you right now is really related to your love life and really related to the energy that wants to come in. And you're trying to manifest this like love connection, but what I'm seeing is that you're worried and like you're doubting and like you're nervous about how this is all going to come together. And the message is coming through already that you are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. And I think this is what you want. This is exactly what you want. This little picture here. It's so cute. It's called The Lady and the Lord. And this card is all about partnership and trust and the balance of opposites and collaboration and harmony and commitment, and it's like love with someone despite your differences, and making decisions, emotional ties. These are all things that the book has to say about this card. So you're restless right now. Like your current energy is very restless, and because you're wanting to manifest this, and what you're realizing is you're going to have to pull up your inner strength and be bold if you want to make this happen. And so right now it's like a little easier to kind of be more undecided than being bold and trying to make this happen. I see energy that's coming in. Really good energy. Like, I have to say, today I've been like, the people that have hit me up have been so like, just so chill. Like, I feel like you've done a lot of work on yourself, and I'm like feeling into your energy right now, and I almost feel like you should be giving me this reading. I feel like I should take a couple deep breaths and like chill out and get on your level. I wonder what sign you are. I'm like, you tell me your birthday. You're very mellow. It's like you gotta be an earth sign or something. But anyways, let me know if you are. I could be wrong. Sometimes I guess wrong, but I don't know. You've got that groundedness too. Maybe a lot of earth signs in your chart. So it's like the energy that's coming in is you're very receptive and you're trying to make a firm foundation for your life. So you're about to, like right now you're bored and you're restless. It's like almost like you're resting, or you're leaving the end of a big resting solitude period, and you're ready to get out and you're ready to make this foundation for your life. But it's not the energy that you have right now currently. I feel like what's coming is like you're gonna balance that more, because I see this peace card coming out and there's nothing here that's talking about your restlessness. So it makes me think that there's some type of opportunity coming your way. That's why they want you to be receptive. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. Sometimes we block our blessings because we don't feel like we're worthy. Something amazing comes into our life and we talk crap about it, or we complain about it, or we find ways to like downplay it or something, instead of just being like thank you and like jumping to the opportunity and rising to the occasion. You know, opportunities that come into your life a lot of times are to challenge you, and it's gonna make you feel a little fearful and nervous at first, but if you just go with the flow and that's what this is talking about, just go with the flow and you just pull up your inner strength and your inner goddess, like you can face anything. And so that's like a message that's coming out for you. So what energy is leaving? Oh my gosh! Okay, so what just happened? Because, like I said, okay, so now I'm starting to get this picture of like your journey, okay? So you've been in this time of solitude, you're wanting to be bold and come out of it. And it's probably related to love. It's probably related to a breakup because you're trying to manifest love. And, you know, you're a little restless and undecided, and you're trying to pull up this bold energy so you can move forward, be receptive, lay down a foundation for yourself in your life. And you want a foundation with love. You want to have that partner to help you like manifest more abundance and enjoyment and happiness into your life. And I see that the energy that's leaving is there was this huge thing that happened, this breakup or a transition in your life, and it was a huge disillusion and destruction of like a relationship. And it was some type of relationship or something that just decayed. It lost its luster, or it was something that just was built on shifting sand. And it kind of jolted you from like this state of trance and helped you to deal with like more profound and fundamental issues in your life. And for a while you were really bitter about the passing of this, which is what this the guidebook for this is talking about, being bitter at the passing. But they're saying whatever has gone never really belonged to you. Be patient, wait, and learn from the process of loss. And I feel like that's what you've done. That's what you've done, because that's the energy that's leaving. And now you can send this person, this relationship, this old passage of time in your life that's no longer relevant to you. You can just let it go and release it with unconditional love. So I feel like you've moved through this. That's why I'm feeling like you did a lot of work on yourself. Like you're really, like, I'm feeling a calm energy. You're making me almost want to like vibe to where you're at. Like I feel like you're almost like, not like you can compare people and vibes. Everyone's on their own level in their own universe, but I feel like your vibe is so high, like I want some of it. So you're on definitely a high vibe right now, much more balanced. So we're going to switch gears here. I wasn't planning on talking about love so much for this reading, but it just seems like a huge theme in your life. We're going to talk about your career, and then we're going to go back to love, because I pulled cards on love too, not knowing that so much was already going to come out. But hey, maybe that's what you're here for. Maybe that's what you want to hear. That's what's coming through. So your career, they're saying be strong. You are stronger than you think you are. And it's time to stay grounded. So it's making me think that you're working a job that has you out of your body. Like, for instance, like, I don't know if you're working at like a fast food restaurant, but it's just like a metaphor. Like, imagine, you know, you have all these orders and stuff coming in and you're running around and you can't really be present. You just get into this motion and into this flow. There's like some office jobs that are like that too. It's just all about punching numbers, and it's like maybe you're punching the clock for your job and it's not fulfilling, it's not creative, it's not something that you feel like is expressing your true self. And that's okay. I mean, I worked jobs on my journey that weren't really in alignment for me, and each one taught me something different. And I look back now and I'm like, oh my gosh, that random arbitrary job actually taught me so much that I'm applying to the jobs I do now. So I feel like you're on a journey to find your place in this world for sure when it comes to your career. But right now they want you to stay in your body and be strong, because like you're separated from what you love to do, and they want you to like, first you got to go through this healing and like continue this process, and then you can like find that you can have that union with your career and with that aspect of yourself. So what's the next step? Like, how can you find that union? How can you get more grounded? How can you move into a career and a lifestyle that's more fulfilling for you? And I was talking at the beginning of the reading just about my personal journey and about how I've been like facing my shadow lately. And that's what this is all about. I don't know why the Guardian's coming out for you. It's so interesting. I'm going to read you a passage from the book because I feel like it's relevant to this situation for you. So this is basically how you can take the next step in your career. And I feel like what's desired here is, and all of us desire this honestly, but I can really feel this strong desire in you to move on from having to chain yourself, because I feel like for some reason this jewelry is standing out as like chains, like you feel chained to your job and you want that freedom. So they're saying facing your shadow, and your shadow self is going to help you with that. So this is what they're saying about the next step for you. You must be balanced and patient. The time is right to rest and contemplate all the facets of your existence. To continue now, you must be still and calm. Finding the inner balance that will enable you to see beyond the present state is a process of trust and confidence in your own strengths. These facets may include the parts of your psyche that you would rather not deal with, but no amount of denial will rid you of the need to absorb and reclaim them. Balance is absolutely necessary to free the inner self from the fears and self-doubts that keep us spiritually deaf, dumb, and blind. Once the natural state of balance is achieved, the plateau that will give you access to your higher self will be open before you. So true. So this is going to be a very natural journey. There's a lot of anxiety and stress and fear inside of you. And what's going to happen is that's all going to come up to the surface. And you're going to reach this breaking point with your job where you're going to realize, like, I can't do this anymore. Like, this isn't my truth. And the universe wants you to know, like, once you face this darker side of yourself, and once that comes up, that you're going to be safe and protected to make the move to go somewhere else. It might just be that there's another job you need to do and work part-time while you spend your other part-time working towards a more heart-based and soul-based practice. And that could be anything. It could be dancing, it could be painting, it could be writing, it could be, you can make any job these days with the internet and the way the world is. The sky's the limit. This is an unlimited universe. You can, if you want to be the creative director of Sunshine, you can, and you can find a way to make a job for yourself and make other people, participate. And so I feel like that's kind of what you can do with your life. You can find a way to create your own job and create a lifestyle that works for you. You might not even want to work. Maybe you just want to have children and just like spend time around the house, and maybe you want to work towards your creative talents and hobbies and gifts instead. Maybe there's like a whole other type of study that you want to go to school for and you're trying to figure that out right now. But I feel like you're very much confused about this, and you're taking care of yourself and you're trying to stay grounded. You're trying to stay strong, but you're freaking out because you're like, what am I supposed to do? But you're going to find out. A couple years ago, I was doing something completely different. I've always done my fashion stuff, but I wasn't doing it as professionally as I am now. And I've always basically done this psychic help stuff. My friends, everybody I've always known would always come to me just so I would talk to them and calm them down whenever they'd freak out. It's like a gift of mine. But I don't know, now I'm doing these things more professionally, and I've kind of flown into like my purpose, and I feel like what I'm doing now is probably going to change and morph and grow as the time goes on as well. So just remember, like, you're always changing, morphing, growing. These arbitrary jobs, sometimes they're not so arbitrary. You look back and realize, wow, like, I learned so much at that job that's helping me with this thing I started. Like, for me, I learned a lot about customer service at my last day job. And now I'm able to help with customer service and make it a really smooth experience when people buy from me. Even sometimes when there's technical difficulties like there were yesterday. So, yeah, it's nice to have that. And I feel like you're going to start realizing that. But you can't realize that until retrospect. And right now you're just like, I hate my life. I hate my job. Where's like this person I'm trying to manifest? Why isn't this all coming together? And the answer is because it's time to face your inner darkness. It's time to go through your dark night of the soul. And if you don't know what dark night of the soul is, Google it. There's many names for dark night of the soul. It's dark night of the soul, quarter life crisis, midlife crisis, whatever. But you go through these like crisis points a couple times in your life, and it's just like this huge catalyst for change, and you come out on the other side like healed and whole. And you've already come out. It's like you're wanting to come out of this phase, but there's a little bit more work to do, so you're still in the cave. But very, very interesting. Very interesting. I'm feeling into where you're at. Oh, right. So basically with your career, they want you to go with the flow because there is a golden opportunity coming. So if you need any more reassurance, you're looking at it. My cards do not lie. I swear my cards don't lie. So go with the flow. There is an opportunity coming. Doors are opening. And maybe the door that's opening is just for you to allow yourself to have this breakdown and be like, all right, I'm lost. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't like this job. I don't know what the heck I'm doing, but I'm just going to keep going. And I'm going to go with it. And if I'm depressed, I'm going to allow myself to break down. If I'm upset, I'm going to allow myself to cry. If I'm frustrated about this, it's okay to get angry and be like, you know, feel like you wasted your time. But ultimately, you didn't. You didn't waste any time. Every single second of your life was meant to be, and things are evolving and growing and changing here. You're just getting ready to let this part of your life die so you can open to receive something new, like a rebirth. Now, okay, back to your love life. Back to your love life. Okay, so they're saying right now it's important that you're single because this is a foundation for your strength and success. It's really hard to be in a relationship when you go through a dark night of the soul. Take it from my experience. Like, it's really hard to be in a relationship when you're going through the dark night of the soul. Google dark night of the soul. Only trust information that resonates with you. If it seems like bullshit, it probably is. If you don't like the concept, then it's not for you. But check it out because I resonate with it, and one of my friends shared it with me when I was going through it, and it helped me be like, oh wow, like this dark night of the soul, this depression, this breakdown, this is part of life and part of the cycle, and everyone goes through it. So you're gonna go through that, but then there's an opportunity. There's always an opportunity on the other side. Isn't that beautiful? It's, you know, the universe knows it's hard to go through that kind of stuff without getting your reward. So be ready to open to receive after you go through all this. Now, basically, it's important that you're on your own right now, if you have any confusion. But what is the next step when it comes to your love life? You've done a lot of this already, okay? You've done a lot of clearance because of that breakup, but they're saying you're not ready yet. I just keep hearing you're going through the dark night. So have you ever heard that quote? If you're going through hell, keep going. Well, you need to just keep going here because what you're doing in this time is you're balancing your body and your energy levels and emotions because you're not very grounded, and a lot of it has to do with the job you're working. So, next, what do you need to let go of? You're really upset right now because you want connection with people and you feel very alone. You want to have like this group of friends. You want a lover. You just want like community and connection. And they're saying this is going to be handled in a fair and just manner. Like, this is what you want, and it's going to come through. But first, you got to go through your dark night. That's what I'm going to name this. I'm going to name this, you got to go through your dark night. It's time for a cleansing of your body and your mind. And don't you keep seeing this pattern everywhere? They're like, good stuff is coming, but first you got to confront this. This is going to be awesome. Don't worry. Like, we know what you want. We hear you, but you need to do this. It's like, here's your love life, but you're independent right now because you need to do the clearance. It's like everywhere, all over this reading, the same message. And if you're wondering what this means, it's very personal for every person. Sometimes it's just like drinking more water and eating healthier so that all those toxic foods aren't messing with your brain and making you think crazy thoughts. Sometimes it's just getting more sunshine, or just finding different ways to balance yourself. Self-care, meditation, doing journaling and writing to help like reprogram your subconscious mind and get rid of any of those subconscious beliefs that are holding you back, and fear and unworthiness and insecurity. It's just very personal to each person, but I feel like you're going to have an idea when you hear me say some of these ideas. Like, you're going to know, like, it's just important that you choose, like, what you're going to do to help with this. For some people, it's hiring a therapist. For some people, it's doing actual, like, hardcore healing work. Some people like to do energy healing and stuff like that, but by all means, it could be as simple as just getting a little bit more nature into your routine and drinking some more water. So you got to listen to yourself here. Now, what should you open to receive? They're saying they know you've been backstabbed a whole bunch and like this love life thing is just frustrating you, but they're saying, don't worry, you're going to heal from this. You're going to heal from it, and once you heal from it, you'll feel a lot more confident to take a leap of faith. And they're saying, like, trust yourself. Like, what is your heart's true desire here? And I feel like you want connection, and you want a person, like your significant other, like you want to have that traditional type of relationship, and that's something you can totally manifest. So, your overall advice, I think I forgot to pull a card for this, so I'm going to pull this from my Green Witch Tarot. Let's see what your overall advice is. Not like you need any more. Aww, look at this. They're telling you again. They're like, we know what you want. We know what you want. Okay. I'm going to read this to you. I'm still learning this deck. So this card indicates that prudent planning brings success despite opposition to plans. There are dangers in the lonely forest, but the hunter's mental alertness and courage see him through. He has a sense of common humor that allows nothing to deter him. He is a good provider, and the woman in the doorway stands with ladle in hand and a fire ready for cooking, for she knows the hunter will succeed. I feel like you're the hunter in this picture. I feel like you want this picture, like this little picture of this little home here, and this dude, but I feel like this is the hunter represents you. A clever approach to challenges to one's plans will overcome resistance. Self-reliance is also suggested, with the understanding that one cannot depend on others to clear the way for new ideas and new approaches to problems. Self-confidence and strategy show the mental acuity and perception that will see a plan through to completion. This is a card of using tactical skills to surmount any blockages to one's plans. This card may appear in matters dealing with corporate, legal, military, and competitive careers, showing that one has the edge over rivals and opponents through shrewd intellect and self-assurance. The odds against achieving one's goals may be surmounted through cunning and skillful guile. Diplomacy and creative thinking may be factors, but the emphasis is on indirect action rather than confrontation. Presenting ideas tactfully offers a better chance of success and requires an agile mind. So it's like, you got to figure out here what it is that you want. They're saying you're smart, you're clever, and you have enough self-confidence, but first you just need to go through this dark night, and on the other side, you're going to be able to get through this. Like, you have this sense of calm, you have this humor you can use. Allow yourself to laugh and enjoy here, but if you're not feeling happy, you don't have to pretend anymore. It's time to allow yourself to go through this dark night and come out on the other side, out of the cocoon like a butterfly. So I hope that this reading resonated with you. Thanks again for hitting me up. Peace out.